Hello, welcome to LTX classes. In this series of the Hindu analysis, we are covering the important articles. So see the date 07/9/2022 and the articles are going to be dealt by Srinivas. Clear? So let's not waste our time. We shall concentrate on the important articles that have appeared in the Hindu today. So now check our MCQ, that is, see, consider the following statements. Consider the following statement. So the first statement, as of now both center and state spending more than 6% in education with respect to GDP. Clear? With respect to GDP, it says both center and state is spending 6%. And second statement says center is spending more on higher education than states. Clear? So you have to take, see, first one, that is the option only one, B only two, C that is both, and D none. Clear? So I have explained the article in detail, so that's why I wish everyone to answer this question. Now check our first article. It is India 7% plus annual growth and the realities. Clear? 7% plus annual growth and realities. So if you observe here, the article is very important from GS3 economy perspective. When you see about the authors clearly trying to explain that yes, India is in the position to achieve 7% annual growth, but it is at the same time it also showing the realities that India is facing at this position. Clear? So these type of articles will fetch us enough content to write in our examination. Both authors are very distinguished persons. They have shared very important data with us, so we can collect these statistics and we can use in our examination. Why? Because when you observe 2021 question paper, it clearly asked about the shape of growth of Indian economy post-COVID. Are you getting? So every data that is pre-COVID and post-COVID is very important to channelize or to deviate from our old path, and it is the time that we have to take the new paths. Clear? So this is the reason why we have taken this article, and this article has given us the enough content and statistics to analyze. Clear? So yes, and you know the article authors are C. Rangarajan ji and D.K. Srivastava. So C. Rangarajan ji is of former RBI governor and he is Chief Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. Clear? So he holds very distinguished professionals in his career, and D.K. Srivastava ji is a professor from Madras School of Economics. So here both people are expressing their views in the article with relevant data which are very useful for our examination. Clear? So here we just go with various data and statistics. Clear? So first of all, article is trying to explain the data collected from NSO. NSO means National Statistics. National Statistics Office. This National Statistics Office is of the origin from the organization. Clear? So here it is from Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, National Statistics Office. Clear? So this NSO organization will generally collect various data regarding growth and growth prospects of the economy, and it tries to project the same for the people for analysis. So the NSO have collected the data, and it says that the real GDP growth estimate is 13.5 percentage for the first quarter of 22-23. This data is from quarter 1, but for the same quarter 1, RBI announced that the growth rate could be of 16.2 percentage. RBI says the growth rate can be of 16.2, but the achievement is 13.5 percentage, or NSO estimates 13.5 percentage. If we take central bank's estimates of the remaining 3 quarters, it is of 6.2 percentage, 4.1 and 4 percentage, so and so. Clear? So the annual GDP growth using NSO's Q1 data estimates that work out to be 6.7 percentage for the annual whole growth rate. Are you getting? So then see here, if you know generally any economy, generally every economy checks its growth rate by GDP estimations only. GDP involves gross domestic product. So how can you say one economy is growing? We can say only through its GDP collections and GDP projections. Are you getting? So GDP collections and GDP projections are very important to understand. So to calculate GDP, no one will wait for the whole year. Generally, the economy is divided into in a year as Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Q means quarter. Q means quarter. Clear? So quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. But the dates of Q1 is not goes with January to March, but it is from April, May, June. Are you getting? So here the Q1 is from April to June, and Q2 is from July, August, September. Are you getting? And next Q3 is from October, November and December, and next Q4 is from January to March. This is financial calendar. Financial calendar for the world starts from April. Clear? Starts from April and ends with March. Only the general calendar, or what we take generally, is from January to December, but financial year starts from the April and ends to March. So here the author is telling about, if I say it is Q1, it is from April to June. If I say it is Q2, it is from July to September. If I say it is Q3, it is from October to December. If I say it is from Q4, it is from this is from January to March. Clear? So here the author is coming with various data, and I just go with that data, and you have to clearly analyze the parts also. Clear? So it says that if we take the 6.7 percentage growth rate according to NSO, that would not be sufficient for us. Clear? Why? Because we just require 7 percentage growth rate for the pre-COVID levels. Clear? So it is saying from the data of 2019-20, which means Q1 of 2019 means 2019 April June, the real GDP for this quarter is 35.5 lakh crore rupees. Clear? 35.5 lakh crore rupees. And right now the GDP, the real GDP growth rate is 36.9 lakh crore rupees. So which shows the increase is only of 3.8 percentage. Clear? So which shows that yes, of course we have come pre-COVID levels, but this is not sufficient for us. Clear? So Indian economy is not fully normalized yet, which would be consistent with a growth of 6.5 to 7%. So in order to reach the 7% growth rate, our GDP should grow at least 5% in next two quarters. Clear? As of now we are in quarter 2, right? Why? Because we are in the month of October. Clear? So means September. So Q3 and Q4, July, August, September, right? We are in September, so we are in Q2. To achieve 7% growth rate, our GDP has to grow in Q3 and Q4 at the rate of 5%. So this is the opinion of the author and he is projecting the same. Clear? So see, so when we observe even our composition of growth, if we take the gross value added GVA, the gross value added for the first quarter growth performance is higher than the averages in, just see, public administration. So who keeps money in public administration? Obviously it is the government. So the growth in this sector is very good. Clear? And next, if you see the growth of defense and the growth of other services, defense and other services, it is 26.3%. If we see trade and hotels, the growth is 25.7% is the gross value added. Clear? So in this way, if we take agriculture also, agriculture is also going at the rate of 4.5% in quarter 1. Clear? So this is the highest. Clear? So if you see growth in manufacturing, it is at 4.8%. For manufacturing it is 4.8%, which is below the overall average. Clear? So the more relevant comparison would be from pre-COVID level normal year to this year's normal things. Clear? So if you see, the manufacturing seems to have done better with an increase in 7% in quarter 1 of 22-23, while trade, hotels, transportation sector has remained below its pre-COVID levels by a margin of 15.5%. What does this mean? If pre-COVID level, let's take 2019, if the growth is 30%, that is fine. And right now 2022, if the growth rate is 15%, still of course yes, we are going at the rate of 15%, but compared to previous levels we are short of minus 15%, right? So this is what the author is speaking. Still we did not achieve pre-COVID level growth rates to our trade, hotels, transportation. Why? Because as these are contact intensive, COVID-19 literally shattered these businesses. Even construction have seen the growth, but it is very margin. It is very margin compared to the quarter ones of pre-COVID. Means if 2019, if the construction sector have taken 20% growth rate, and in 2022 it has taken 21%. That's it. So here we nowhere stand around the figures. Clear? So here see, all these are the figures from the supply side, and here right now the author is willing to put the works of the demand side also. Are you getting? He is willing to project the demand side. So then what is the demand side? See, if you go with the public administration or defense, trade, hotels, these are the supply side factors. So these are the productions or the manufacturings coming out of the economy. Then what about the demand side? The demand side is of the opinion. See, we just go with few statistics regarding private final consumption expenditure. What is this? Private final consumption expenditure. Are you getting? Private final consumption expenditure. This is the figure what the private people ultimately consume. Clear? So this is the private final consumption expenditure. It is growing at very good to the pace of 25.9%. This is good. It shows that the demand side criteria are doing the better thing. Clear? And it also says the gross fixed capital formation. What is this? Gross fixed capital formation. Then what is this gross fixed capital formation? Let's take person A. Person A is earning somewhere around 1000 rupees. He might have spent around 700 rupees for his expenses and the remaining 300 rupees. So how he is going to be used this 300 is the matter of the factor, right? So here in gross fixed capital formation, after his earning, after reducing his expenditure, the remaining amount goes with the gross fixed capital formation. Clear? The remaining amount goes with the gross fixed capital formation. So this is very important. How generally people invest these 300 rupees in banks. So we generally takes that if we deposit in the bank, banks use this amount as giving credit to the people who are willing to join in the industries, or it also do some business, so that your investment won't be sit in a idle condition, rather it is kept as an investment only. Clear? So this is gross fixed capital formation. This is also growing at good level of 20.1%. Clear? So as compared to its Q1, the gross fixed capital formation is 6.7% in 2019. So which shows we have increased much in number. Clear? And the ratio of gross fixed capital formation to GDP is also very good. Clear? So these are very important. And here the author is asking about the value of net exports. Then what is net exports? Net exports means you here in exports part you have to take both. One is export and the other is import. Generally in our economy, imports are greater than exports. But what we write, exports minus imports. If you take this, exports for us is of 50 rupees and imports is of 120 rupees. So the difference is minus 70. Are you getting? This is minus 70. So these have to be added to GDP, which means in our whole GDP we are going to lose something, because we are going to lose something because our imports are more than exports. So the net exports to real GDP growth is negative at minus 6%. Clear? Which shows that we are losing 6% of our GDP. Clear? So means which means the exports are lesser than the imports. Imports are greater than exports, and the trend is continuing. It is because generally the prices of our imports, mainly we rely on imports of petrol, right? So the petrol prices at the global level are increasing, and other intermediate inputs are increasing. So that is why our import value is also increasing. And here the author is asking to reduce the same. How? India has to improve on the exports part, and India has to achieve that. Clear? So it is like that import growth will continue to exceed the export growth in the next few quarters, both in real and nominal terms, because of high global prices of petroleum products. So if you take that does really India can go at the pace of 7% plus growth rate, 7% plus growth rate, the Indian economy may still have the problem. Clear? Provided it performs better in subsequent quarters. Clear? So still the part of 7% is achievable if India does good in next 2 quarters. Clear? So that requires two important areas of policy support. One word, to increase the investment rate, means right now the investment rate needs to be increased at the greater pace. And second one, to reduce the negative contribution of exports. Negative contribution of exports means our exports are less than imports, right? So to balance that, our exports needs to be increased. Clear? So that is why here author is asking to increase the investment rate, and reduce the dependency on imports. Clear? So, and he is also saying that the outstanding bank credit of scheduled commercial bank is also growing at 15%, means they are giving more loans to the people who are willing to invest in the economy, which shows that there is huge prospect for us to grow at greater levels, right? So the scheduled commercial banks are investing more, and the GST part also showing that consistently we are achieving more than 1.4 lakh crores from the last 4-5 months, which shows that it has shown the expenditure on consumption by the people is good. So generally, if we consider, when people will expenditure, when people are of surety that they are going to earn more, or if their incomes have grown, then only they are ready to go for expenditure. Clear? That is fine. And next it is saying that the Q1 of growth value added from the government sector is very good. Clear? Central government's expenditure on capital is very good. They are contributing somewhere around 62%, and the momentum needs to be maintained. Why? Because as everyone feels difficulty in investing during the COVID situations, our centers capital expenditure needs to be maintained. Clear? So the beyond growth of GDP is helpful, means our GDP growth rate should go and our capital expenditure should go vis-a-vis GDP. As GDP is going, our capital expenditure of the central government needs also to be increased. Clear? So he is even asking the inflation needs to be controlled. The inflation part needs to be controlled, and the investment part, not only from the public but even from the private, should be increased. Public capital expenditure has shown a rise, but in the same way private capital expenditure, both corporates and non-corporates, must be raised. Clear? So the capacity utilization of industries have touched 75% in fourth quarter, which shows that this is the time that the corporates have to invest in their manufacturing units. Clear? If this trend continues, then we can definitely observe the real GDP growth rate for the year 2023 at see, this figure is important, 183.4 lakh crores. Clear? This is in rupees, 183.4 lakh crore rupees. Clear? So even if we achieve 7% in 2022-2023, there is a shortfall of the whole amount when we compare from the 2011-12. Means here he is comparing with real GDP. That is fine. But see, as India is willing to become developed nation, by the year of 2047. So at the time India gets 100 years, India want to become as a developed nation. If this has to be achieved, the nation should grow at somewhere around 8 to 9% per annum without any reduction. If we are able to grow at 8 to 9% per annum without any reduction, then we can definitely see the position of developed nation by 2047. Have you seen? Here the authors completely have come full details about the economy. So this is very important article, so that's why we have covered, and at last we are going to cover one question on this, and please try to write this answer also. Look at our next article, that is the burden that women bear. If you see, this article is very important from GS1 society, and it is also very important from GS2 social justice. Why? Because in both these topics we just see the issues of women, the problems that women in India are facing, and the required part for the women empowerment, right? So these things needs to be clarified clearly in a detailed way, right? So the burden that women bear is very important topic. So if you go on calculating all these things, this part is also important from SI. Why? Because many times we see women related essays, right? So if you take the narration of the article, the author clearly expressed the problems of you in one of the modes of essays. So if you habituated with this essay part, this is very good. So you will come with some different proposition. So the burden that women bear means how and what much the burden that Indian women are bearing. Here the author used one name of the girl from one of the villages as Malti. Clear? So here the woman name is Malti. So it is saying at the time of August 15, the nation is celebrating its 75th of India's Independence Day. Our Malti has to go to nearest public tap. Sir, for what? She has to reach to the public tap to fetch some water, which is 500 meters odd distance from her house. But this is not the only thing, and she is not the only person who reaches there. That village consists of 10,000 residents. So most of the families will come there to collect the water. See, when nation is celebrating 75 years of independence, still our Malti is struggling to get some water, some bucket of water. So she has to reach early in the morning to that public tap place to keep her vessels in the line to get water as soon as possible. Clear? So water supply generally lasts for 2 hours only, but yes, of course they will give 2 times, and it is for sure that most of the people regularly won't get water because large number of people comes there to collect the water. Clear? Are you getting? So here she makes 4 to 5 trips home carrying 10 to 12 vessels. Means she has to carry, every time she has to carry 2 to 3 vessels at a time with her with full of water. Means this is the burden she has to take, and she has to repeat the same process in the evening to sufficiently provide the water requirements to his family. Means to her family consists of her husband, she, 2 children, and the brothers of her husband. Clear? So this is somewhat a large family. So for a family of large, it might require 10 to 12 buckets of water easily in a day, right? So she has to take the chance of every time, both morning and evening, she has to reach those places and she has to catch the water. Sir, what if they are not getting from this common tap? If they are not getting, they has to reach the nearby place, the nearby well where they could able to get the water. Clear? They have to go there. Clear? So here the author is telling that in India, not only Malti, nearly 75% of women in rural areas are like Malti. Means here author is using the name of Malti to represent the problems of Indian women. Here authors are telling that 75% of women across India undertake such time consuming efforts every day to ensure water for their families. So this is not my opinion, as author saying, it is the report of National Family Health Survey report number 5. Clear? Are you getting? So he clearly coming with some standard report by using some articles, and they want to express these things to the viewers. Clear? Yes. So they are saying but the problem of drudgery, you have to know the meaning of drudgery. The meaning of drudgery means the hard toil or the hard work that they are doing on unnecessary things. Clear? So that drudgery does not end there. They have to spend the remaining hours in collection of fuel and child care. Means it is not only the responsibility to collect water, it is their responsibility to collect the fuel and the child care also. They have to take the responsibilities for their homes. They have to make their homes also. They have to do domestic chores, means domestic works also, like cleaning of dishes, everything, washing of clothes, everything would be done by the females in the house. So she has no choice, but she has to take all these activities for the family. Clear? So to get the accessibility of these resources, those are like water, fuel and household appliances. As she lacks the minimum resources like water, fuel and household appliances, she has to pay every offer minute for the household works only. Clear? So here author is telling that it is not only the duty of women. Nearly in India 75% of women are facing these problems. And next, shackled to their homes means multi. So when India turned 50, the same problem used to be, and India, the same problem is continuing even to the girls when India has taken 75 years of independence. Clear? Are you getting? Means she has to reach nearly at least 2.5 kilometers from their house to reach the public well, and they have to wait longer queues. So every woman is spending at least 4 to 5 hours in collection of water for their house. Are you getting? 4 to 5 hours is the time that they are spending to collect water. This is the report of National Commission for Women. Clear? National Commission for Women is telling that. And the private wells of upper caste neighbors, though nearby, continue to be out of reach. Means they are reserved only for upper caste indirectly. Are you getting? Yes. And the only other alternative is that they have to pay the amount and they have to purchase the water. Clear? And next, for fuels, you might be seeing that, sir, they might be getting something from the Prime Minister, that is Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Under this program, they will be getting one LPG for free of cost rates, sir, LPG connection. Yes, you are right. And here the author also is telling that, yes, as Prime Minister Modi ji understood the problems of women in India, they provided PM Ujjwala scheme and one LPG connection. But as the prices of LPG cylinders are reaching peaks, the people who got this free LPG cylinder initially used that. After completion of that cylinder, they did not do any reorder. Why? Because they cannot pay the burden. Why? Because that cylinder cost is somewhere around 1000 rupees. How can they pay that cylinder for every month? Are you getting? So this is the reason they felt very difficult in purchasing. See, at the time of feeling difficult in purchasing the water, how can they provide that money for the gas? So nearly 52% of women who used PM Ujjwala scheme, after that never ordered for refill. They have gone again for the old firewood. So this is the case study, and this report is come from the Council on Energy and Environment and Water report. Council for Energy, Environment and Water report. Clear? So Malti generally gathers her wood for their fuel purposes, for cooking. For cooking, generally wood would be used, right? So she will go once or twice in a week. Clear? So as in their house there is absence of refrigerator, so she has to cook the food at least 3 times in a day, and which means the household work of cooking is mandatory for her. Clear? So this is the reason, and she has to clean the dishes, she has to do the laundry service, and she has to take care of her children also. So the only opportunity that she could get is nothing. Clear? So because of all these things, she is unable to go for education, she is unable to improve her on cognitive skills, and she is not in a position to get the free time. Clear? As inflation is increasing, she is spending her extra hours in sewing machine. Are you getting? So as India is moving towards 100 years of independence, at least by the time we have to made responsible that women should be freed from household works. No, it should not be in the position. Sensitization on men should be the key role. That is, for household work, you should not project woman is the only person who has to do that. Clear? So the responsibility of household works should be shared between males and females equally. Clear? If these things generally happen in the India, then women would get some free time and they can go for the self development, and the women empowerment is the obvious consequence. Clear? So this is the projection of the author. Clear? Yes. So I have clearly, neatly and detailedly explained this article, right? Yes. So we are going for the next article. Now this is our next article. Limited change in cities under clean air scheme. Clear? So here they are saying that this article is very important from GS 3 environment. The article generally speaks, Government of India brought one scheme to reduce the pollution in the Indian cities. Clear? So pollution has become one of the main problems in Indian cities. Government of India thought to reduce the pollution levels, mainly the dangerous, the particulate matter of 2.5 and the particulate matter of 10. Clear? So this 2.5, this 10 is the size, that is micrometers. 2.5 micrometer particles and 10 micrometer particles are generally exist in air. So these affect the lungs and the general health condition of the people. So Government of India thought in reducing both the levels of PM 2.5 and PM 2.10. So they have come with one program that is called NCAP. NCAP means National Clean Air Program. So the program is National Clean Air Program. Under this National Clean Air Program, they have selected few cities. Those cities are numbered 132. Clear? Those cities are numbered 132. So these are most polluted cities. What are these cities? Most polluted cities and non-attained cities. Non-attained cities. So, sir, when you term some city as non-attained, this non-attained city is defined as a city whose air quality did not meet the earlier qualities. Like there is something that is called National Ambient Air Quality Management Program. Under National Ambient Air Quality Management Program, some standards were given from 2011 to 15. 2011 to 15. The states which failed to take control in this are going to be do with this. Clear? So National Ambient Air Quality Management, the cities which failed are going to follow the National Clean Air Program. So all these 132 cities were selected and they have given the target of reducing 20 to 30%, 20 to 30% is in reduction of PM 2.5, PM 2.5 and PM 2.10 by the time of 2024. Sir, from when? 2019. They have to start from 2019 and they have to finish the work within 5 years. That is by 2024 they have to complete. And then, sir, what is the base level? The base year is 2017. For example, if in 2017 the PM 2.5 levels is, just take 100 micrograms, 100 micrograms in air, 100 micrograms, they have to reduce 20 to 30%. Means they have to reach 70 to 80 micrograms by 2024. Clear? So this is the level of 2017 and they have to reduce 20 to 30% of 2017's quality by the time of 2024. This is for the development of the people. As these create many diseases to the people, it is very important part on the government to reduce 20 to 30% of pollution levels from PM 2.5 and PM 10 by 2024. So here cities are required to quantify improvement starting from 2020 to 2021. Clear? So which requires 15% and more reduction in annual average PM 10 concentration and a concurrent increase in good air. Clear? At least that it is to at least 200. Are you getting? Which means that here the simultaneous programs of reducing PM10 and the program of increasing clean air should be go. Why? Because the national clean air program is a long term, it's a time bound, it is a national level strategy to tackle the air pollution problems across the city in a comprehensive manner. Clear? So here the problem is of comprehensive manner. They are going to collect the air quality data which would be checked by the commission. Clear? National that clean air program would be checked on. Clear? So this actually is under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Clear? The National Clean Air Program is under Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Few cities were selected and these cities would be provided with the targets. Clear? So for disbursing funds, Central Pollution Control Board would take the chance and they would coordinate the program and they will disburse the funds, and the funds would be collected to reduce the pollution. Clear? As PM 2.5 are very smaller and much danger, they are not monitored as robustly in all cities. Why? Because of lack of equipment. Clear? So because of lack of equipment, it is very danger, it is very difficult to collect PM 2.5. As of now, many cities are collecting PM 10 only. Clear? So the things of PM 2.5 and PM 10 are very great in number. So here the article is telling that Government of India have selected 132 cities. See, even though of greater force on them to reduce the PM 2.5 and PM 10, they have reduced only 10%. Even the other cities also have reduced nearly. Means here the question is that even though with the existence of some special programs like National Clean Air Program, what is the advantage? Clear? The other cities are able to reduce the near number of these cities. Clear? So proper comprehensive analysis and rechecking should go on. Clear? So it is saying that there is hardly any difference between the performance of National Clean Air Program cities and non-cities between 2009 and 21. So it is the time and the chance that the government has to take the greater role and it has to do its work. Clear? So this is all about the scheme, and at last we are going to check one prelims based question also. Clear? Yes. See here, Indian economy can grow 7% per annum. Examine. This is for 150 words, 10 marks. So we have clearly gone through the various data reports of the authors. So you can use the same projections to go with your answer and you can write. Clear? So I wish everyone to participate in this, and I encourage to type the answer in the comment box. So now it is the time for MCQ. Clear? So what is that? Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements about National Clean Air Program. NCAP, National Clean Air Program. So here the statements are all cities above 1 million, all cities about 1 million population are part of this National Clean Air Program. And second statement, goals have to be achieved by 2030. Clear? So only 1B, only 2, C both, and D none. Clear? So I have explained this article and it is up to you right now. You can answer this question by proper analysis. Clear? So if you want to deal these type of questions in regular classes, we have started the ultimate current affairs course, and you can simply go with that number and you can call. Clear? Daily we are going to deal these type of MCQs in class, and the explanation would be provided in the class. And in the class we cover not only from the Hindu but also Indian Express, down to earth and live meet. So it is the better time that you can start your current affairs preparation wholly. Clear? See, today if you want to go with this, if you want to daily practice such questions in the class, and you are absolutely welcome to our new course, that is the ultimate current affairs course for UPSC. Clear? So this would act as one-stop solution for your current affairs preparation. When I say whole current affairs preparation, it includes both prelims plus mains. This is the product of LTX classes, where we are going to cover the both prelims and mains perspectives in the class. So we are going to discuss the MCQs curated one from the Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, down to earth and live meet for the prelims. Means we are going to frame the MCQs questions on behalf of you. We are not going to copy from any of the source, so you can check the legitimacy of our classes. Clear? So, and we are going to cover Yojana and Kurukshetra, which are important for mains perspective, and we have also started the monthly compilation PDFs, and we will give the weekly quizzes for you. You can participate on it, and you can go for monthly grant tests, and you can also go for revision series before the prelims. Clear? So we are offering all these things for the price of 10,000? No. For inaugural offer, we are providing it at the price of 5,000. Sir, is this 5,000 per month? No. This is for the lifetime validity. If you pay 5,000, then it is for the lifetime validity. You are going to get these things. Are you getting? So for the simple 5,000 rupees, you are going to get the unlimited benefit as such. Clear? So if you want to contact, if you want to join in this course, you can call to this number. This is 789-389-9553. So you can call to Pratyusha ma'am, and you can give your whereabouts, and if you are interested in joining the course, and if you want to go for daily regular practice of questions and weekly tests and monthly grant tests, this is the best opportunity that you can avail at the very affordable prices. Clear?